All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, we have 360 or so cop stories, 7, 8, 9 minutes. Attached to that, over 190 questions and answers. Please look them up. They're my babies. You want to ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. I can't respond to you personally on this one because it's too long. They asked me, how do you train a recruit out of the academy? Okay, this is a long one, so we're continuing on here. Got our first traffic stop with the recruit. He made a pat down, which is after an arrest, we do actually searching, not doing this. Okay, so we found some marijuana. Okay, so we search his socks, search his shoes, and then I call for another unit to come in just because I have a recruit, and I want to make sure I have someone here that's responsible, because just because you have a car stopped and one guy in custody doesn't mean you can have a threat from someplace else. In other words, a neighbor, somebody walking by, they see two officers, they see a couple of guys walking down, they might take advantage of the situation. A lot of things can happen here. So if I was with a seasoned officer that's always looking for trouble, then I wouldn't even call for another unit. But I have a recruit that he's looking basically in the forest and doesn't see any trees. Okay. So I call for another unit. The unit pulls in. They know at roll call this guy's brand new. They know that already. The officers. They get out. They walk up. Hey, do me a favor. Would you help him put him in the car and then just kind of stand and help me search the car? Okay, fine. So they're all excited. So one guy goes off and helps my partner, and then we go up and we start. It's like a Easter egg hunt. Looking in the car, and we'll find a bong pipe, and it'd be the same thing we found today. Only it'd be just a ticket or something like that for marijuana. Anyway, so we find a bong pipe and some more pot in the glove box, and kind of a treasure hunt, kind of fun. And then so we're done. Okay, so then guys in the back seat of the car, we didn't have any cages. Tell the guys, hey, thank you, and they get in their car and they leave. Okay, so our sergeant pulls up. Remember, there's all kinds of parts here. He's looking at me to make sure I train well, and he's watching the recruit, because eventually down the road we're going to have a meeting of all the train officers and his sergeant, which this guy was, to decide his fate, whether he's going to make probation or not, be a permanent officer. Okay, so it's a lot of stuff going on here. Again, this is not working for a private company making widgets and bagging fertilizer, whatever they do. This is important because it's safety of the community at large, and of course the officers involved. Very important stuff here. So, sergeant walks up, and I got the recruit outside. He goes, now this is what we're going to do. You're going to call for a tow truck. We have the tow truck forms here. The guy's going to pull up. We're going to tow his car. Okay, fine. So get on the radio and do that. So I'm listening to him. And he gets on the radio and he's talking, and she says, Roger, no problem. Okay, so it's coming. Okay. So then the sergeant walks up and he asks the recruit, what happened here? And he's going, because he wants to see how this guy can function and verbally explain, because he didn't have to write the report. I'm going to make him write the report. Okay. So he explains, well, we did this, we did that, we did that. What's your probable cause for stopping? Okay. Well, it sounds important, doesn't it? Well, it's not important. Why'd you stop him? You can't stop people because you don't like them or their color or anything like that. No, you don't do that. We never did. Oh, because he blew a red light. Okay, where was the red light at? It was at so-and-so. He remembered the corner. Good, excellent. Pulled him over, got him out, had his hands in his pockets. We pulled his hands out, some marijuana came out, and we cuffed him, and then we searched him, and we got more marijuana. Okay, fine. You searched the car, yeah. What'd you find in the car? And I told him, okay, good, very good. So here comes the tow truck. Pulls up, got the form. I'm watching him. I'm pointing where he should fill out the form. Tow truck driver comes out, hooks it up in like 2 seconds. The tow truck driver, this is what he does for a living, man. He gets that form from my partner, looks at it, signs it, rips off a cop. Here you go. He's gone with it. He doesn't want him. Time is money. He's got to go pick up another car. So he's gone. Get in the car, go back to the station, and pull in the back. We put the guy in his cell. And I said, now I'm going to have you write this. And look on his face. Oh my gosh. Like I said before, I've seen guys go to the gas chamber with a less scared look than this guy. Okay, he's staring there. And these were way before typewriters and computers. It's basically 3 number 2 pencils and a blank sheet of paper. Okay, so I sat down next to him, and again, my sergeant knows what I'm doing because he had a window into our report writing room. It was four chairs, and he could see what I'm doing, because I see him over there. I give him a wink, and he gives me a wink back, and I'm literally over his shoulder. Okay, this is what we do. Boom, 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 boom. So he's writing. Very good. Now put this down here. Okay, put this down here. Okay. So this is what we need for a prima facie case. He looked at me like he started writing some more stuff. I go, no, wait, slow down. We don't write testimony. What? We don't write testimony. We just write probable cause to make the arrest. We saw the ticket. We saw the red light. Saw the ticket. Hands were in his pockets. Officer safety. Told him to take it out. He wouldn't. We pulled his hands out, and a bag of pot fell out, and we cuffed him. Real simple. We don't pay any more than that. You don't need to. Okay. There's that. Okay. So he finishes the report. How's it look? Looks good. Then I explained to him what we're going to do. Okay, fine. So then we take the guy and we have to take him to jail. Okay. That's a whole nother thing. We didn't have a jail. We go downtown. It's got like 6 windows, plexiglass windows with trays, and this where all the rest of these. It's basically, it's controlled chaos, man. I mean, you got all kinds of officers in there, booking bodies. You get in, there's a bench, and you put your arrestee down, and people slide down next up. Next up, you have to be processed, fingerprinted, taken back to the cells. I mean, it's a big thing. And weekend nights, whoo, it's backed up 50 behind just to get a guy into jail. They've streamlined it more now because they open up more jails, but in those days, no. So we're in there, and I explained to him the whole time. And now I'm trying to explain to him in a low voice because I don't want these other officers to hear that because it'll embarrass the kid. But then I'm talking. Some guy look at me and I just give him a wink, and they smile because they know what it's like to be a recruit. Everybody does. Okay, so I'm telling what the process is. I'm not going to bore you with all the process, but it's a lot of administrative process. So we get him in there, and then we got the report that was initialed by our supervisor. Take it around to the jail sergeant. He reads it, and then we would take down to the hall. We submit it into the report section, and we're done. And now it's probably we came on about 4 o'clock, 3:30. Now it's like 8:30 at night, and we get in our car. We're headed back to the division. I go, how you doing? He goes, that's a lot of stuff, man. I don't know if I could do this. I said, you can do it. What's the big deal? This is just a day in the life, man. I said, let's go get something to eat. We haven't eaten yet. Okay. So we go off, and like I told you, we have gourmet on my stories. We always eat gourmet style. We pull into a drive-through burger joint, pull our police car facing the driveway to go out in case there's an emergency, and we get our food and we eat on the hood. Okay. Very rarely in my uniform career of 7 or 8 years in uniform, various assignments, did I ever get to eat in a restaurant or even a fast food place. Well, I mean, sit down and eat. It's always the hood of my car or the trunk. Yours flatter. So we're eating, like a burger or fries, something really healthy. And, so we finish. We're going to clear again. I was, okay, so we clear. Sure enough, family dispute. Okay, here we go. Off we go. Now, we pull up to the family dispute. Brother and sister yelling at each other, teenagers, somebody came home late, mom and dad's mad. These are all Latinos, okay? The recruit I had didn't speak Spanish, okay, so I didn't help much. So I go up there and I tell him, just keep her there, and I'm trying to direct traffic and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay. And then luckily they comply with everything we asked them to do. And then it turns out the kids did speak English. They were just trying to dummy up. They do that so that you feel sorry for them and you can't communicate with them because they don't speak English, okay? Now, unlike political correctness nowadays, in those days I would yell at people because they say, how long have you been in the country? 7 years. And you can't speak English? I used to yell at them. What's the matter with you? And I tell them, if I was in France for a month, I know enough to get around. You say you don't even speak English? 7 years? I hated that. I just drive me crazy. They did not want to learn. They just brought a little bit of Mexico with them and they don't want to do anything else. Really? You're an American now, bro. Okay. Anyway, so he's finally talks to the kids. He's speaking English. He did that the whole time anyway. So he's trying to talk, and I'm watching him to see what he does. What kind of personality he has, how he deals with this kid. Pretty good, Yeah, you should have come home late. You're only 16, and I'm trying to give him a little bit of a lecture that maybe the parents have or have not given the kid. And then I talked to the parents. I don't know what to do with them. And then I said, okay, fine. And I told him, well, there's, you could try counseling. A lot of stuff I gave the parents. Then I go to the kid. Now it's time to get tough with the kid. So now it's my turn. I go, hey, come here. I said, you're 16, right? Yeah. Parents can put you away until you're 18. A little bit of scared there. He goes, what do you mean put me away? I said, well, they could call me and put you in juvenile hall. They don't have to we don't have to put up with this. What? No, they don't. You're under their jurisdiction. If you come home late or you hit someone or wrecked a car, call us. We'll take you away. They'll have to sign you out tomorrow. Sign me out, yeah. Put you in juvenile hall. A lot of it is just a line, okay? Mostly we put them in juvenile hall for a crime, okay? But I know civilly the parents could say they can't control them and you can take them away for a couple of days. I know they still do that now. Back then we could. But we never did that. We just threatened the children, get them a little bit scared. That, realize that, those bumper stickers, hire a teenager, he knows everything.